you are getting. Just a moment. Got it? Okay. All right. So increasing your sales and your profits. That is one of the promise I'm giving you today, that I'm going to show you how to do that. Secondly, just a sec here. Right. So time freedom. What would your life be like if you're able to create some more time for yourself and your family? This explanation that I'll be going through with you today is going to show you exactly how to create that. Free up your time and to create an amazing team. So many of us today have challenges with our team members. Today, we are going to show you how that can be resolved. So let me tell you a little bit about Action Coach, our company, and what we do. No, we are the world's #1 coaching firm, and that's correct, not just Jamaica, but across the globe. We have more than 1,000 coaching offices in over 85 countries. So you can see that Action Coach business is not a little dibby thing, it's a big deal. And the reason why we got this big is because of the influence and the impact we have had on persons and their business across the globe. So ActionCLUB was founded and is owned by Brad Sugars, who is an entrepreneur and an author. We have a vision, and when I look at this vision, it gives me pimples. It says creating world abundance through business re-education. Creating world abundance through business re-education. And part of what we are doing today is actually re-educating persons. And we're so happy that you're here, and we commend you for being here today. So we're coaching over 15,000 businesses every week in places like USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, just to name a few. So you can tell the impact we have been having. And today it is your turn. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about myself now. I told you before, Moses Chybar is the name. I hail from the parish of Westmoreland, but I have been in business with my family for over 29 years. We started very simple, and many of you out there today, I'm sure you started from scratch just like we do. And now we have built multiple businesses. But guys, let me tell you, for most of those years, I struggled with time freedom. I found myself working 16 to 20 hours per day. And when you work those long hours, 7 days per week, you have no time left for family, no time for friends, and no time to have fun. I can remember when my son was somewhere about 6 or 7 years old, he said to me, "Dad, I have not seen you in 2 weeks." And that really hurt deeply, because as a little boy, I know he wanted to spend time with his dad. And from that moment on, I made that resolve that I was going to search for solutions. And I started searching, started to read books, attending seminars, etc. And things started to change for me. But then I met Action Coaching Company. And let me tell you, Action Coaching, I found out what took me years that I was trying to discover. Action Coach had it already set out in a very structured and organized way. And that's what led me to where I am today. When I saw that, it dawned on me that this is what can help businesses across the globe. So I took it on, and it has been helping my business. And today I'm going to show you how it can help yours. So now I'm a business coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a businessman, and I am a trainer. So let's move a little bit now into talking about you. There's a thing we refer to as point of power. As we go through life, we recognize that it's never ever smooth sailing all the way. And as I go along with the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, type it in the chat. If you have a comment, type it in the chat, no problem. So we're going to be faced with challenges. Sometimes things are going to appear to be failing or failure, and sometimes they're going to go really well. What happens when things go bad? Sometimes we blame things, we blame other people. We say it's the pandemic, we say it's the hurricane, different things, or we make excuses. Sometimes we are actually in denial, but that's working below the line, and that does not serve us well. As a matter of fact, it serves to frustrate us. Here's where we want to be, and we're going to show you how to get here. We want you to take ownership. Imagine you taking ownership of everything that happens in your life and your business. We want you to hold yourself accountable first and to accept the responsibility. And in this program, over the next few minutes or so, I am going to be showing you how all of this can be possible, because I tell you, the coaching programs we have here are designed to help persons to transform from working below the line where we make the blames, etc., over the line where we can now talk about taking ownership and being accountable. The only failure is the failure to participate. And here's the deal. If you give 100% as we go through this program for the next hour, a little over 1 hour, you'll get back 100%. And the same thing applies to your life right throughout. Now, as a matter of fact, when I think of giving 100%, I believe you will get back more than 100%, because usually when you give, things come back to you multiplied. So let's talk about learning a little bit. Now, as you listen to the things that I'll be sharing with you today, it may sound, definitely some things are going to sound familiar to you. And you may find yourself saying, I know. And yes, you probably would have heard it before, but listen, guys, let us not just say that I know might sound familiar. Yes, because when we say I know, we kind of close our minds to what is to come. And we may miss that little point that might make the difference for us, that perhaps could be that thing that can transform or big start the transformation for our business and our life. And so instead of saying, I know, what I would like for you to say is, isn't that interesting? And leave your minds open to take in that which we are going to give you today. Because as I said before, the information, the strategies that we're going to share with you today, if you listen, if you get it, and if you put it into action, if you take action at the end of this presentation, you will find that things will start moving for you in the right direction at a pace that you would have never, ever even imagined. Now, what else can you expect? As we go through, and I bring up some points on the screen and I talk about them, again, it's going to sound familiar. You might find yourself nodding your head to say, yes, that sounds like me. Yes, I'm having that problem. Or yes, that can help me. But guess what, guys? These are light bulb moments, or we call them BFOs, blinding flashes of the obvious. You're going to get a lot of these. So right now, just get your pen, get your paper, get ready to take notes, because I promise you, by the time we are through today, you will have a lot to write down, and you cannot depend on your memory to retain all of it. So get your pen, get your paper, and get ready to take notes. Now, we are going to get into the meat of the matter. Let me give you 30 seconds or so to get your pen, to get your pencil and your paper or your notebook, and get ready, because I'm going to take you on a journey right now, a journey like you have never been on before. And I promise you, you're going to absolutely love the next few minutes. We got a few rules here. And again, these rules, because we want you to get the maximum from this. Turn your phones off. Turn off the mobile phones. Don't even look at it. Don't take a phone call, because the point that you missed today is not going to help you. We want you to get everything. Remember, give 100%, all right? We want you to participate throughout the discussion by typing in the chat or raising your hands. You got an answer to something, type it in the chat. We want to be talking to each other, not just myself talking. I want to be sure you are getting it. So talk to me as we go through. Now, it's time to talk about you and your business. Are you ready? If you're ready, let me hear you. Let me see you type a 1 in the chat right now that you say, yes, you are ready, because I am ready to give you these nuggets. Big question. Is your business driving you, or are you driving your business? Let me let that sink in for a moment. Are you driving your business, or is it driving you? Ideally, you want to be driving your business. And for many of us, we struggle a bit with that. But don't worry, if that's where you are today, by the time we are through, you're going to see crystal clear clarity the way forward, the pathway that can lead you to the point where you become the driver. Most persons today, and I tell you, I can speak about myself in my earlier years, starting my own business, leaving the regular job, I became like self-employed, and many of you are like that too, believe it or not. You find that you have to go to work every day. Or you perhaps are the one with the keys, opening the store, closing the store. If you're not there, the show cannot go on. Guys, let's face the facts. If that's you, you really have a job. You're self-employed. And if that's it, no worries. There's nothing to worry about there, because we are going to show you how to get past that. All right, just a set there. All right, so an acronym for a job is just over broke. And I'm sure you would have heard this before. JOB, just over broke. And you know what else too? Sometimes we work for another company for a salary, 40 hours per week. And sometimes we are working 80, 100, 120 hours in our own business, trying to keep up. And most times, maybe just getting the same salary that we used to earn when we were with another company. But again, these are just some of the realities that exist in the business sector today. And you might be experiencing some of this, but the key thing is, guys, is nothing to despair or worry about, because we're going to show you the solution that can help you to move from this level to any level you want to get to. What is the number one reason for business failure? Do you know what it is? What you want to make a guess? Type your answer in the chat, but let me tell you what it is. Burnout. All these long hours, all this stress that business persons like you, like me, face today, face in the past, or might even face tomorrow. We find ourselves burning. You might find yourself burning the candles at both ends. And because of that, you find that you're stressed out, you're burnt out, and you're not getting to live the life that you truly want to live. What is successful? What is real? What is success really? Running a successful business. What is it really? Tell me. You have your own definition. There are many, many definitions out there, but Brad Sugars, he developed one here in Action Coach that I really, really love. It is absolutely incredible what he wrote here. It says it's a commercial, profitable enterprise. And I want you to write this down, guys. Write this down as we go through, because if your business is guided along this path, you will not go wrong. It's very clear. A successful business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works, but that works without you. That means whether you're there or not, your business continues. And let's face it, the facts. There's gonna come a day when I'm gonna get too old, too sick, or I'm going to die. Same thing applies for everybody. What's gonna happen to the business then? The business needs to continue. And so in Action Coach, that is what we're going to show you, how you can systemize and set it all up so that the business can work with or without you. Who's feeling excited? If you're feeling excited about what you're hearing so far, let's see you type that one in the chat one more time. So let me show you 6 simple steps that can lead you to massive success. And in our Action Club program, we cover all of these. The things I'm going to go through now, every single one of them, we cover them in Action Club. Remember, this is Introduction to Action Club, and this is where we have this nice little space, this environment that keep business persons together, but not just together, but to keep them growing intentionally by design and not by chance. So we talk about mastery. That is going to be covered here as one of the 6 steps. This is the first of the 6 steps that we need to cover. Secondly is niche, identifying your niche. Thirdly, leverage. Then we look at team, building a team, an organizational structure. Then synergy, getting things to work together like a well-oiled machine. Results, getting owners that to that place where they have time freedom, where they can do things that they want to do with their life. Massive results is what we're talking about. For those of you who are on right now as business persons, you are running a business. What would life be like for you if you were to suddenly start to get massive results? by just implementing 6 simple steps. Wouldn't it be amazing? I'm pretty sure it would be. Our coaching system here in Action Club, we are also going to cover the 5 ways. Now, as we look at mastery, and mastery is like the foundation, you know, like foundation, building a house, everything starts with a foundation. And so we start with mastery. And here's some of the things that we look at. 5 ways. We look at lead generation. If you're not generating leads for your business, then your business will not be growing, right? So we look at that. We look at conversion. How much of your leads, what percentage are you converting? What's the average dollar sale? What's the number of transactions per day, per week, per month? What are your profit margins? Now, these are things that we must know in business, and we are going to cover them here. We also look at the 4 ways: people, education, systems, and technology. Technology is something that is moving so fast. And guys, we got to keep up and make use of all of these things. Delivery and distribution, accounting, testing, and measuring. We're going to cover all of these things in Action Club. Now, at this point, as we talk about Action Club, I have with me today a lady. Her name is Marcia, Coach Marcia. And I'm going to ask Coach Marcia. Coach Marcia, tell us a bit about Action Club. And just for the benefit of our audience, let them know exactly what Action Club truly is all about. Marcia.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Moses. So Action Club is our group coaching program, and it has been around now for what, 11 years. We've had so many business owners go through it who have achieved amazing results. And so we do this in 7 sessions. And as we go through the presentation today, Moses will be outlining the things that we will cover, and then I'll go into more detail on each module. So thank you very much, Moses.
Thank you, Marcia. And yes, indeed, Action Club is a very, very nice program. I was watching some person who have been in there giving their testimonial on TV, and I thought to myself, whoa, this is exciting and this is so powerful. So guys, you're in for a treat today as we continue to look at mastery. Now, as we look at mastery, we'll think about chaos. Does your business feel chaotic, a little chaotic right now? Do you find yourself putting out a lot of fires, jumping from phone call to phone call, feeling like things are just out of control? It's a familiar feeling. I've been there. So we want to look at moving from chaos to control, which is what mastery really does. So remember, we're looking to build a commercial, profitable enterprise that can run without you. So mastery is dealing with the commercial side of it, laying that foundation. Now, what is chaos really? When we have chaos in our business, you find that it affects our family life. We don't have proper financial management. We have cash flow issues, and this leads to a lot of stress, getting burnt out, affecting the family relationships, and leading to poor physical health. I can tell you from personal experience that I was heading down that road, but thank God I found the answer, and now I have Action Club. It's even moving to another level for me. But the same thing can happen for you. The same thing is going to happen for you when you get engaged in Action Club and allow us to coach you through all of these chaos and give you control of your business. What is the cost of control? Now, when you understand how to have shrewd management control systems in your business, it makes a world of difference. You know what's going on. You know how to build. You're on top of everything. You see, guys, to be a success, you have to be able to collect your money on time, track everything, save the money, spend the money, invest the money that you earn. If you're not in control of the money flow, you're not in control of your business. We are going to show you how to do that. There are 4 keys to mastery, and we're going to go through them quickly. Destination mastery, money mastery, time mastery, and delivery mastery. Now, what is destination mastery? It's really referring to where are you going with your business? What is the business about? What it's going to be like tomorrow? What's the vision for the business? These are things we must know where we are going, because if we don't know where we're going, any road is going to take us there, and we are going to have issues because we might end up where we don't want to be. And a major part of what we do here in the coaching program is to help you to find, first of all, where you are and where you want to go, and through coaching, help you to get there. Wouldn't it be nice for you to have clarity on these things? And then as you go through step by step, day by day, you find yourself working, moving in the right direction. There's nothing exciting, more exciting in life than making progress on your terms, living the life and doing the things that you want to do. And these are some of the things we do in the coaching program. We help you with that. The next thing we do is time mastery. Time is the most valuable commodity you will ever find. We can never create more time in our lives, but we can ensure that we use time wisely, more effectively, so we don't waste any of it, not just for ourselves. We're going to teach you through coaching how you yourself can be more productive with the use of your time, and also your team, so that your team members, sometimes your team, they are there at work, and at the end of the day, only half of the things that you expect to get done gets done. That's frustrating. So what we teach here in this coaching program, that every single person, not just you, but your entire team, understand how to deal with the matters in order of priority, so that you get the best result that you're looking for. For example, let's go through some simple things. Invoices must be sent out to customers, sending them on time. That is a big thing, very important. Collecting money that is owed to the company. These are high priority tasks that must take place. Provisioning of products, services, all of these things, that is what brings in the money. Knowing your KPIs, your key performance indicators, having positive cash flows, and identifying what is it that is bringing in the big cash flow, so you can know where your money is coming from. High productivity and activity is the outcome that we're looking for. And this coaching program, ActionCLUB, and other programs that we have here to really go deep into giving you the info and all the nuggets and the tools you need to get to this level. How do we manage time? We cannot, but we can manage our activities. But what you find, and let me, as I go through this slide, I want you to think and ask yourself, if this is you, how do you spend your 24 hours, or at least the working hours of your day? Some things are not urgent and not important. And if you're not careful, those things will occupy most of your time. You find that there are distractions out there, things that distract you, take you off track, that might occupy 10% of your time. Some things are urgent, but not so important, because something might be urgent because somebody else failed to plan. And guess what? They might dump it on you. So you put aside the things that you have to do that is important, and then deal with the urgent ones, and that is not serving you well either. Some things are urgent and some things are important. And most of these things, yes, we have to get them done. But here's what happened to business persons today. And ask yourself the question, if this is you, how much time do you actually spend working in the business as like an employee, doing stuff every day in the business? And how much time do you actually spend working on the business? A good example of working on your business is what you're actually doing right now. You took time out to be here today in this seminar to learn something, to learn how you can grow your business, how you can improve the efficiency of your business. That is why you're here. That is working on your business. Now, how much of your time every day do you work on your business? You will find, ladies and gentlemen, for many of you, their entire day sometimes is spent working in the business and no time to work on the business. And I cannot overemphasize the importance of this, because if you are not working on your business, who is? Who's going to see to the growth? Who's going to see to the development? Who's going to see to working on the vision and the forward planning? It's got to be you, because it's your business. So you want to get to that level. But the good news is, don't be scared, because in this program, once again, I tell you, we show you how to fix all of this so that you can have more time to work on your business and on growing your business. All right, so we're going to move now to delivery mastery. Now, what is that? This is how your customers receive the goods and services that you're offering. Now, how consistent are you with this? Are they receiving it with the same level of service and smile every single day? Efficiency, if you're delivering physically in a truck or something, is the truck going to the person's property clean and looking good? Are the drivers and so forth neatly attired? Delivery, how are you delivering to your people? This is very important, because this is what guarantees the repeat business where the customers are feeling so impressed and overly satisfied with what we do, right? Just a sec there, something here. All right, the consistency. As I said earlier, this is the foundation for a healthy growth of a business. Because when you have that repeat business, then that is where you're going to find that the business is growing. And you don't even, sometimes you wonder what is causing it. It's because your delivery is good, it's consistent, and it's getting better and better every day. So now I'm going to invite Marcia to come and just tell us her thoughts on this little heading here, Focus Rich. Marcia, tell us about Focus Rich and what it truly is.
Awesome. So thank you again, Coach Moses. So all of you have heard how important it is to have your destination mastery, which is where you're going as business owners. So in our first module of that Action Club series, which is 7 sessions, we cover in Focus Rich, setting your vision. You have to know where you're going. So we're going to be looking at your vision and mission statement, your core values, which is how you live, how you and your team live and interact with each other and your customers. And then we'll have to set goals. You know, Coach Moses spoke about operating above and below the point of power. We have to take ownership, accountability, and responsibility for where we're going. So we're going to work with you to set goals and objectives for your business. We're looking at 10, 5, 3 years out. And then we're going to go into deeper level, the 6 steps to build a better business. You have to build it. You have to build it one step at a time. And then the most important thing, as Coach Moses says, you have to get back control of your life. You know, you can't manage time. What you have to do is manage yourself in the passage of time. So this is the first session. And let me tell you, that module is one of the most powerful modules in terms of revolutionizing your thinking about your life and about your business. Included in this is our first book, The Business Coach. Awesome book. I have so many clients who say, listen, man, when they read this book, it's like they can't put it down. And the moment you read that book, you start implementing stuff. So really, this first session is a very empowering session.
Thank you, Coach Marcia. Absolutely true. And taking control, I think about that all the time, and especially the time freedom with family. I keep going back to that in my own experience. And I know that persons out there on this call right now, some of our business persons here are experiencing that right now. Some have experienced it before. So guys, talk to me. Have you experienced any of that I described in my own life, where I was just losing out with no time for family, no time for friends, and no time to have any fun at all? If that's you, don't be shy, type it in the chat, because we're getting to know each other here and we're having a conversation where we're learning together, and most importantly, we are going to grow together. Let's move to what I consider a very nice subject, money mastery. Who doesn't want to have more money in their business? Who doesn't want to master the money side of their business? I know every single one of you out there, you want to do that. But here's the thing. We have to track our numbers. We have to know historically what's been happening in the business. But we also need to know what to expect tomorrow through projections. So these are the things, you know, many business persons today, and maybe you can relate to this easily, guys, some of you, that you might be looking at your profit and loss statement only at the end of the year. And that is looking back towards what happened last year. And no projection is in place. But you know, ideally, you want to be looking at your numbers every day, every week, every month, and not just once per year. You don't want to wait until the end of the year to know that you're off track. You want to know immediately. And again, this program helps you to develop that understanding and to put the things in place to allow you to track your numbers every single day, every single week, every single month, and not just the end of the year. You really want to be able to do it, because when you have those information available to you at your fingertips, you'll find that you can make fast decisions and the right decisions without affecting your cash flow in a negative way. So you want to be sure that you have those things together, and we show you in the program how to do this. Mastering money and how the money is moving is very, very important. And I know that you agree with me on that. The keys to money mastery are budgeting and reporting. And I just said it, you want to really track everything through reports on a regular basis. And you also want to budget so you know what you plan to do tomorrow. There's an old saying that if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And I know that nobody, not one single person here on this call today wants to fail. Every one of you here wants to succeed. And that really is what we are about, guys. This program really and what we are sharing with you today is going to help you to be more successful. Break-even point. What's the break-even point? It's part of learning how to master money. We show you how to do this also. The break-even point is that point where your total costs or expenses to provide goods or services you're covering that in your revenue. So the revenue matches that. So anything above that is going to be your profit. So the first order in your business as you go through is to ensure that you're breaking even. So you want to track your numbers. If you don't track them, you won't know. So you might be providing something at a loss, but you want to know early by calculating what it is costing you to provide that service or that goods. So let's look at this graph that's on the screen. We have revenue, fixed costs, total expenses, net profit, and variable cost. So total expenses here, according to the graph, is $2 million. And the total revenue is 2.5. So you're making here a profit of $500,000. However, you want to be sure that you understand that your break-even point is that point where you have covered all the expenses, and that is a $2 million mark. So this principle applies to every business and every level of the business, and you want to be sure that you are tracking this and you are on top of this every single day. We show you in Action Coach and in Action Club how to do all of this.
You know, Coach Moses, this
Yes.
is the one area that so many people forget. You get lost into, you know, I love my business, I love my baking, I love my carpentry, I love whatever store I'm doing. But the most important thing to remember that you're in business to make a profit, not just sales. So, you know, most people look at their financials, income statement and balance sheet when it's tax time. But what we're going to do in this second module is look at your financial statements, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, forecasting. We have to do that. Budgeting, as Moses spoke about, and reporting. You create a budget, which is setting your goal, but then you have to assess every month. How am I doing against that? Because it guides your decision making. It is not for the tax man. Your numbers are for you. It is your report card. So trust me, folks, this is a very powerful session. And you know, one thing I recognize a lot of people don't understand is the difference between markup and margin. Markup is different from margin. So we're going to go through all of that. And remember, the reason why you need to know your break-even is because that is the point at which you cannot go below. So we're going to empower you again in this session with the information that you need to be able to make sure that you're making financially sound decisions.
Absolutely true, Marcia. And you know, as you said that, I remember an experience with a couple. They were running a restaurant business, and we were having a conversation one day. And I was asking them, how is it you arrive at your prices? And what they said to me, they just sell the food based on what others are selling for. And I asked her, but what about your costs? How much is it costing you? Because I thought something was wrong with the prices. And they said they never checked into that. And I encouraged them to do so. You know, funny thing is, I don't think they really did. And it was just a few months after that, they closed down their business. And I felt really bad for them because, you know, and Marcia, you're so right. It's important to know what it is costing us to provide the goods and services to the public. Can't be just for the love. Yes, it's nice to love something, but guys, this is business. And one of the things we do here in Action Coaching and in Action Club, as Marcia said, we help you to understand these things so that you can know where your cost lies and where you're going to be making the profit. Very important. Now let's move to your niche. Now, A niche is not just having a product that nobody else has. A niche means more than that. So as we continue to work up the ladder to complete the build out of your business, a niche takes it to the point where we say it's a commercial, profitable enterprise. Now, the definition of a niche. Niche is not really about having the best price. Because if you think, guys, that having the best price is going to keep you ahead of your competition, you're wrong. Because let me ask you, what is there to prevent your competition from dropping their price to match yours or to go below yours? So your niche goes far beyond that. It's not about the price. It's always good to have a great price, but don't depend only on price as the way forward to help you to hold a niche in the market. You want to find out, first of all, what is it that distinguishes you, makes you unique when you compare yourself with other persons out there or other companies out there. And you may find that there are several things about you or your company that might be different. But remember, it's not everything that you find unique might be appealing to the public. You got to figure out what is it the market is looking for. What is it the market is in need of? I remember in 1992, when we started our first business, my wife, my brother, and myself, our niche, what we started at that time, there was a scarcity in Negril where we were. Most companies had to buy their stuff out of Kingston and Montego Bay. So those were the early days. We recognized this. And we found a niche where there were some products that were a little bit hard to come by. And we started to get them from Kingston, and we opened a store in Negril. So that was our niche. But times have changed. It's a small world now. And so anybody can go on Google and Amazon and wherever and buy stuff. So we have to find those niches, and we help you through our coaching program to identify those things that differentiate you from the other people. And those are going to be your niches. And that is what keeps people coming back to you once again, because you have something that is unique, that is different, and that is appealing to them. We also have here in Action Coach our USP and guarantee questionnaire system that you will get. And this helps you again to identify not just your niche, but what the market is looking for. Creating your niche. Another way of saying that is your unique selling proposition. And I said it already. What makes you unique? So I ask you, as you listen to me now, thinking about it, what does that make you unique? You may want to jot that down on your paper so that you can go back and look at it. And as I said earlier, you may find several things that comes to mind that makes you unique. Start thinking about it. Start writing it down. Because when I get into the coaching program with us, we are going to be going through all of these things with you again. You also want to look at your guarantee. What is it you guarantee your customers? You know, one of the worst experience you can have having a plumber come into your house, and when he works, he leaves a mess behind. No, but that's distasteful, especially for the ladies. They will tell you it makes them very angry, especially if they work in a bathroom or in a kitchen, wherever it is that they work, and they leave a mess. So what if you're in the plumbing business and you know persons don't like that? One of your guarantees could be, look, we clean up afterwards, we'll leave your place impeccable, we'll leave no debris, no dust behind, and you can create your own guarantee statement based on the nature of your business. Imagine, guys, when persons see you put out those things out there, they're going to be drawn to you. So you see, your guarantee, your USP makes a lot of difference. And again, for some of you, you may not have been thinking much about this before. And that is why, you know, a company like Action Coach is so important, because we help you to see the things that you sometimes don't see for yourself because you're so much involved into the day-to-day running of the business. And Marcia, now that we have covered the sales, we want to look at marketing. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. So, you know, that's one thing, Moses, that many business owners do not do. They think, okay, let me just open the business. Let me just, you know, I think my idea is the absolute greatest thing since sliced bread. But the only problem is that only you and you know about it. So importantly, we have to do marketing. So in this session is where we look at defining your USP that Moses spoke about. And then, you know, if you're going to be marketing, you want to make sure I am attracting the right person We call that your target market, your ideal customer. And then when you bring in a customer, remember, when you market, you only make a promise. So we start at the bottom of what we call our ladder of loyalty. And we work that customer once we get them all the way up to the ladder, to the top where they become a raving fan, which is what we need to be doing in our businesses. So we're going to go through all of this. And remember, in every marketing, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get the attention of your target market. Your message must hold their interest. And you want to create a desire for them to take action. And the action is to pick up the phone, walk into your business, or to coming online through email or on your website. But folks, one thing we cannot do is sit down and do no marketing. We have to market. Again, the book we offer here is called Instant Advertising. It's included in the program. It's amazing in the amount of content that you will get to help you with your marketing.
Thank you, Marcia. And listen to all these things that we're going to cover in this program. It gets me very excited because I can already see the minds of our listeners right now just moving very fast, rapidly, thinking about the possibilities for their business, which is what we're really looking for, guys. We want you to see that tomorrow, well, perhaps starting today, your business can take a turn for the better. Your business can start moving in the direction where perhaps at one point it may have appeared to be not looking so great to you. But what we have here, what we are going through now, and we're going to go deep into all of these things for you so that you can get it. And that's what coaching is all about. And all these books, Marcia, that are part of the program are just incredible. I've read these books and I'm telling you, I thought I knew a lot, but when I got into these books, it really changed a lot for me. All right, guys, so I know you're getting a lot of stuff and your heads are probably spinning a little bit right now, but don't worry, just listen carefully and take your notes. And when we start the Action Club program with you, you will get a chance to go through all of these things in more details. Let's look at leverage. What is leverage really? Now, let's go through this for a moment. Let me show you something here. As a matter of fact, let me back up a little bit. I'm going to share a little bit of a secret with you. Maybe you saw the secret already because I skipped the slide, but nevertheless, did you know? Get ready, guys. Get ready for it. Did you know that a Volkswagen Golf and an Audi R8 are built on the same chassis? Think about that. We spoke about mastery and the importance of the foundation. The chassis is like the foundation. But think of this, two cars, one sells for a lot more, are more highly recognized in the marketplace than the other, but they are built on the same chassis. So our business are not much different from this. The chassis is the chassis, but where you want to take your business, how you build it, it's going to make the world a difference for you. So you can build a VW on the chassis if you want, or you can build an Audi or whatever it is you want. Well, here's the good news. Whatever you want to build, as your coach, we're going to help you to build it. We're going to show you how you can build it. But you decide where you want to go with your business. We help you with that, and we give you the chassis, and we show you how you can build on that chassis. So let's move over to testing and measuring. Anything that we don't test and measure cannot be improved. And we're going to go through that with you. Action Coach, we have 5 ways of growing a business that you will find very, very useful and very rewarding. When you go through the program with us on our way, or 5 ways, guys, you're going to know how many customers do you know how many customers you have right now? Some business owners don't. I'm hoping that you do, but sometimes we don't. You want to know how many customers you have. Our program helps you to identify that. You want to know the revenue, what it is from each customer, what they're bringing in. Again, we help you with the system to help you to identify that. How much profit are you making as a business? Now, guys, I want to show you something really exciting. And here, I need your undivided attention. So if you're a little bit distracted now, please get back here and let me show you something. This is a real life illustration that if you get this, guys, this alone can transform your business. Now, we spoke about leads earlier, and leads are those persons who you're in contact with, but they are yet to buy anything from your business. So let us say you have 4,000 leads in, let's say, 1 month. Now, what percentage of those leads are you converting? So let us say your conversion rate is 25%. So now you have converted the leads 25% of 4,000, which is 1,000 into customers. So now you have 25% of your leads. They are now your customers. Now, we want to measure how much transactions each person is doing, let us say per month. So here we are going with the number 2. So each of these 1,000 customers are making 2 transactions within that period. Each time on an average, they're spending $100. So the revenue total is $200,000. Is there anyone who is not clear as how we got this $200,000? If so, you can type it in the chat and we can go through it again. But let me just quickly run over it. So 1,000 customers, they're buying twice per month. So the average money they spend each time is $100. So $200 for each customer for the month times 1,000, $200,000. So let's look at the profit margin, because remember, as Coach Marcia said earlier, it's not just the sales, it's the profit margin. You're looking at markup and margin. Now we're looking at profit margin. You're making a 25% margin here. What does that work out in dollars? $50,000, which is a quarter of $200,000. And I'm going through this slowly for you because I want to be sure, guys, that you really get this. Now, 4,000 leads, you end up with 50,000 profit based on the numbers I just told you. Now, what if you increase everything here by 10%, which means you have a 10% growth in leads, 10% growth in conversion? You are going to be shocked at the impact that this can have on your business. Just 10%. Think about that, just a 10% increase. So now your leads move from $4,000 to $4,400. Work with me. Conversion also went up by 10% because you're getting better at this. Of course, repetition will make you better. So you start this thing, you're doing it over and over again, you're getting better. So now your conversion moves from 25 to 27.5%. And let me say this thing works for every business. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's a sole proprietorship or a big business, whatever it is you're doing. This formula works for every business, every industry. So now your customers now become 1,210 because everything is going up by 10%. So the transactions also went up from 2 to 2.2. Your average dollar sale went up from 100 to 110. Your revenue is now $292,820. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. So now your margin is no longer 25 because remember, we are increasing everything by 10%. So your profit now, with just a 10% increase across the board, has moved from 50 grand to $80,525.50. Only 10% increase across the board, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 46% increase in revenue, or a massive 61% in profits. Now, the question is, if you could have that in your business tomorrow, next week, next month, whatever time period it takes you to get there, what would you do with an extra $30,525 in our 61% more profit? Maybe you might consider getting a new car. Let's just dream for a moment. Or get a nice room with a beautiful view. Look at that sweet little girl. She's enjoying the view. You would too. Question is, and this one is big, and you will hear me talk about this all the time because it means so much to me. The time, the extra time. If you could get, just by systemizing your business, increasing your profits, and we help you through the coaching program to do just that, an extra 300 hours per year, what would you do with that? I tell you what I would do with it. I would spend more time with the people I care about. There you go, your family, your friends. I would do, and I'm sure you would do the same thing too. And I know that for a fact. Type it in the chat. Don't be afraid. Wouldn't you want to spend more time with your family and friends? And if we could show you how to create that, wouldn't you want to be in a program like this? Because that's exactly what we do, guys. No. When you have this kind of success, don't keep it to yourself, because remember, we have built a team already, right? So your team needs to know that things are working. So share with them and celebrate together the success that you have had. Now, Marcia, I want to talk a little bit about leverage. So tell us a bit about leverage.
All right. So Coach Moses just covered leveraging that business chassis. Every business has it. Your business and Amazon have it. So we're going to be looking more at this marketing leverage. That sideways formula that he just showed you is powerful. So during this session, we're going to give you at least 80 different strategies that you could use to generate leads, to convert them to increase your conversion rate, to get customers to come back again and again, which is your number of transactions, to also have them increase the average dollar sale as well as to increase your profit margins. So we actually in this module are going to share strategies between 70 to 80 strategies in each of those areas. You don't have to hope by chance it happens. You're going to design your success. And so it's all about this one thing you need to remember. You're in business to get customers and keep them profitably. And the amazing book you're going to get, which is included in the program, is called Instant Cash Flow.
Wow. So Marcia, you're saying that we are already, well, I know this, but I'm just repeating it for the benefit of our customers. We have strategies that we will show to them that will help them to grow their business. So guys, listen to this. This is how powerful this program is. It has so much content, but you know what is so impressive about the program too? The action side of it. You get to implement these things in your business and grow your business. Now, here I want to share with you what a few of our clients had to say about Action Coach, how it has helped them. Now, here is this guy, Chris, from Alpine Capital Mortgage. In the past, he was trying to generate leads, but his initiatives were not really so effective. And now he started to test and measure. He enrolled with Action Coach and he started to test and measure. Now he increased his qualified leads by over 500%. Let me ask you this, guys. If you could increase your leads by over 500%, can you just dream for a moment how that would impact your business and your profitability and your life? And here he's saying what gets measured gets done more effectively. And it's absolutely true. And it also improves consistently. Here's what he said in his own words. He thought his TV ads were awesome, and they probably were, but they weren't working for him. He was spending 13 grand per month, and this is US dollars we're talking about now, on TV advertising, and it wasn't giving him the result. But the Action Coach program helped him to fix all of that. So Marcia, Sales Rich. What is Sales Rich? Tell us a little bit about how it can help persons in this program.
All right. So, we have to market to generate leads. That's the first part of the business chassis, but we also have to convert them. That's the conversion rate. So our next module is called Sales Rich. And, a lot of people think sales is telling. It isn't. Sales, a new way of selling, is asking questions. We always said it's very important principle that when you prescribe before you diagnose, it is called malpractice. So when you just push products on people, that is exactly what you're doing. So when we're looking at the old selling versus new selling, we're going to introduce you to tools, because in sales, it's all about communication. We're going to look at your disc profiling. So when you don't know what that is, you're going to learn about it. We need to understand that we learn in different ways. Some of us are more auditory, visual, or kinesthetic. That's the VAC. So we're going to look at ways in which you and your team can communicate with customers so you can get that message across effectively. And we're going to look at establishing what we call a sales process. Every company should have their sales system with scripts and questions and how to handle objections and close a sale. Now, the program comes with 3 books. You heard me talk about them already. The Business Coach, Instant Cash Flow, and Instant Advertising. The remaining modules, however, the book that supports it, you can purchase it. So it is not included, but this book is available for purchase as well, and it's called Instant Sales.
Thank you, Marcia, and absolutely true. And I hope that, guys, how you're feeling right now. Give us an idea what you're feeling right now. My mind tells me that you're feeling excited, you're anticipating what is to come, because here we're revealing to you some key points that can help you to grow your business. And what's exciting is that you are seeing where you can fit into the environment to make this happen for you. We're going to continue to show you a little bit more from our clients and what they had to say. Now, here is Wanda. She is a sole proprietor. She had poor leads conversion, was like less than 10%. So now she has put some marketing stuff in place. Again, she enrolled in the coaching program and she learned some simple stuff, nothing major, just very simple things. And guess what? Moving from less than 10%, now her conversion rate is now more than 80%. Imagine that. And think about this for your business, guys. Moving from wherever you are right now to over 80% in conversion rate. Now, this is huge, this is really, really massive. And she, in her own words, she said after 8 years, she now knows that her practice is growing in many ways. And it's because she have the best coach on the planet. So you can see that action coaching has been helping a lot of people to grow their business. Now, here's Warren Buffett. I think we all know who he is. And what he said, it's not necessary to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results. And that is what we are saying here. Just some simple changes that we will help you to implement. We show you, we expose you to them, can just make the world of difference to your business.
So folks, we're going to just take a little pause where I'm going to ask you in just 3 minutes, write down all of your top takeaways so far. We have come all the way to this point now where we have looked at the different areas, marketing and sales. But I want you, when you get a lot of information, one of the ways to distill your learning is to write down your top takeaways. So when you write them down while Coach Moses continues, I'm going to ask you to just put them in the chat. What were some of your top takeaways so far from this morning? Note them and put them in the chat. So we're just giving you 2 minutes to do so. So just remember, write down. We're going to be looking for them in the chat. What were your top takeaways so far? Take a moment, just write them down and to distill your top learning.
Thank you so much, Coach Marcia. And yes, indeed, it's a very important thing, guys. So feel free, write them down on your paper and also write them in the chat.
So, not you.
Let's see, we have some background. All right. So we're just talking about where all right, so I guess by now you are making your notes in the chat and on your paper, your takeaways so far, guys. It's very important that you do, because like I said earlier, you don't want to forget the things that you're learning today, what you're hearing, because the things you forget will not help you tomorrow after we leave this seminar. So let's get deeper into leverage. Leverage leads to efficiency. Now, leverage, as we continue to build up this business, a commercial, profitable enterprise that works. Now, leverage is really utilizing what's available to you the most effective way. And in Action Coach, what we do here, we look at systems and we put systems in place. Now, system is an acronym for saving yourself time, energy, and money. And this is what we want you to do. Imagine, and I always going to ask you this because this is about you and your business. If you could save yourself time, energy, and money and still make the same profit or more, wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't that mean a lot to you? I'm pretty sure it would. We're also going to cover 9 steps in systemizing a business. Guys, you want to have systems in place because systems are those things that helps to put things in order and help you to have that level of consistency. And here are some of the things, the 9 things that help you to systemize your business. Coach Marcia spoke about for the vision statement. The vision statement is where you're going with your business, what your business will look like 50 years, 100 years from now. The mission statement describes how you're going to get there, the journey, the vehicle that takes you there. Action coaching here is one of the vehicles that can help you to on that mission as you move towards accomplishing your vision. Your culture statement, what is it that defines you? Honesty, integrity, things like that. You want to have those written down, and we cover those SMART goals, setting goals. We're going to cover these 2. Organizational chart, what your business looks like, what is the structure like. No matter how small your organization is, you must have a chart. You need to know what it looks like on paper and when you're going to put it into practice. Positional contracts, so you can have clarity for your staff. They know exactly what it is they're about. KPIs, your key performance indicators. We're going to look at this, the how to systems, how to get things done, the management systems. All of these things will be covered in the 9 steps, which there's a book that we have too, Instant Systems, that will be available for purchase. Marcia?
All right. So this next module is very important. Everybody who does it says, man, this is like a game changer for them, and this is systems rich. So what we're looking at here is, as Moses said, we're going to go through the 9 steps to systemize the business that are going to help you to produce massive results, right? So what we're going to be covering in the program is procedures, processes, workflows. You know, a lot of times we know stuff, where is it in our head? And then your team members have to come to you to ask you how to do things. Why? Because it's in your head. And that is why you have no time for yourself. So we have to understand that we have to document everything. And then how do we leverage in business? This is the secret of successful people. They leverage other people. You know, John Maxwell says, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, you have to walk with others. You have to build a team. So you have to leverage people and education, use technology in your business, and make sure that you're using technology as well to ensure that you deliver consistently, make sure that you can deliver and distribute your products, and of course, your marketing and finance, testing and measuring them, knowing your numbers and knowing your key performance indicators. Now, in this module again, we have another book, Instant Systems, not included in the program, but is available for you to purchase.
Thank you, Marcia. Absolutely true. So now, guys, we're moving right along and we're getting to the point now. So we have covered mastery, niche, leverage. Now we're going to look at your team. That's the people with you. Now we continue to build out this business, a commercial, profitable enterprise that works. Now we're going to get it with the team in place to work without you. Now, let's think about your team for a moment. I'm going to put something on the screen and I would like you to tell me if you agree with this. Most employees are motivated, energetic, committed, enthusiastic, and loyal. Do you agree? Let me hear what you have to say about this. Most employees are motivated, energetic, committed, enthusiastic, and loyal. That is always true, excepting, let me just see what's happening here with my screen. Excepting for the 8 hours a day that they are working for you. Isn't that true, guys? Do you agree with me here? Most employees are motivated, energetic, committed, enthusiastic, and loyal, excepting for the 8 hours that they are with you. And many of you there are actually experiencing this right now. I know that. I've seen it so many times. I faced this before too, until I learned the right way how to do this. And that's absolutely true. So as your coach, we're going to help you to build your team. Now, let me introduce you to the cycle of business. Now, as the owner of your business, guys, your job is to take care of your team. Your team will in turn take care of the customers. And the customers will now take care of the business. and the business takes care of the owner with profits, etc. And this cycle continues. So as the owner, you want to ensure that you concentrate on taking care of your team with the requisite training, etc., etc. And that's another thing we will cover here in Action Coach to help you in our programs how to do all of this. There are several keys to a winning team: strong leadership, common goal, rules of the game, establishing upfront what the rules are, action plan, putting that together. Remember, we're Action Coach, so it's all about action. Support risk taking. You see here, guys, you want to be sure that you give your people some level of latitude, but you want to support them in case they make a little error here or there. And you want to ensure that everyone feels included and involved and nobody gets left out of the equation. We cover all of these in our coaching program. Winning teams know, think of a football game or any game or a bus, how to get the right people on the bus. It's very important in the selection process that we get the right people on the bus. And I'm going to ask Coach Marcia to tell us a little bit here about Team Rich.
All right, so this is the last module and a very important module. You know, a team needs a leader. So in there, we don't just cover team, but we cover you. Remember what the first key is? Strong leadership. So we're going to go over the 6 keys to winning team in greater detail. You know, a lot of times when we have problems on our team with team performance, a lot of the times we say it's the people, but the problem is it's a recruitment problem. Are we hiring the right people and are we retaining the right people? So we need to make sure that we look at our hiring process, which is outlined in another of the books that is in this program, which is called Instant Team Building, not a part of the program, but available for purchase as well. So we'll go through those tools that you need to build a team. Remember, if you want to go far, you want to achieve your vision, you need to have the right team on board, okay?
Thank you, Marcia. Absolutely true. The team is so important to get it right. And just like a football match, not just to have a football team, but to have the persons playing in the right positions where they can be most effective. So we move from here now, guys, to synergy. This is where we get the business to work like a well-oiled machine. So here we have growth and then freedom. So we have the team, we have the master, we have the niche, the leverage, synergy, everything working together now, nice and sweet, like a well-oiled machine. So now you have freedom. So now, at this point, you are ready to install a general manager in your business to take over the running of the business. Now, this is where, guys, you want to get your business to build out to this point. But there are some things that we have to do in order to get here. And those are the things we just covered here. And what we gave you today, what we're giving you right now is just the tip of the iceberg that shows you the things that we need to cover and we need to do in order to build out the business the right way. So when you have that general manager here, it puts your business on autopilot. Now, I am sure that your business going on autopilot is where you want to go because you want the business to run without you. So then you are there only at those points when you need to be there. You don't have to be there because you have to, because you want that time freedom. Remember at the start, we spoke about this, that you want to create time freedom. That is why you started out making some extra money with the business, because you wanted to have that time to enjoy the money and whatever it is that you're doing. So Richard Branson, we know who he is already. He said, if you can learn how to run one business successfully, then there's no reason why you can't run several businesses at the same time. The principles are always the same. It doesn't matter what country you're in. The principles of business are like gravity. It works the same place no matter which country you're in, right? It works the same way. There's no difference. So once we get this right, this one business you're in now, or multiple business you might be in, then you can use this and put it into any industry, in any business, and get it to work. Now, I love this guy, Jim Rohn. If you have never listened to him, guys, I recommend that you do read his books and listen to him. He's a great philosopher. What he said, never wish life were easier, wish you were better. And it is a profound statement. You know, we're going to have pandemics and hurricanes and all of that, and we can't stop them from coming, but we can prepare for them by getting better, reading the right books, doing the right coaching programs. All of these things will help us to get better so that we can be in a better position to navigate our way through the stormy waters and when things get rough. He also said something that I consider really, really powerful, and I'm sure you will too, is that work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And I must commend all of you who are here today. Being here is demonstrating that you are working harder on yourself and you're investing time in your own growth and development. And I commend you for that. Rod Sugars himself said, where you are going to be in 5 years will depend on the books you read and the people you associate yourself with and the actions you take. And I agree with him, but here's what I will add to this, guys. You can read all the books in the world. You can attend all the seminars in the world, no matter what you do. If you don't back this up by the action and massive action too, the results are not going to come. So taking action, and again, that is why we are called Action Coach. And now, as we come close to the end of this presentation, we're not there yet. Now, there are two directions that you could go. Number one, having heard all of this, you could say to yourself, I'm going to try to improve my business on my own. And if that's what you want to do, then I guess that's fine. But guys, why not go after massive results in your business? Why not go after massive results? That is what you really want, massive growth. So business coaching, which is what you are being introduced to today, is a business apprenticeship where we grow your existing business together with you. So it pays for your investment in a customized business education, but you get to keep on going forever. Once an apprentice is an apprentice for a while, and then eventually that apprentice becomes a pro. We want to help you to become a pro in your business through the coaching program. Now, by working with your business coach, you will learn how to generate, and this is so important, guys. More cash flow. Cash flow is the life of a business. We're going to help you to do that. Maximize your profits. Build your team so you have better teamwork, that well-oiled machinery. And you know how I love this thing about time freedom already. And so I'm going to ask Coach Marcia to just quickly summarize for us the curriculum for Action Club and what it has for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Moses. So what we have just gone through the things that we are covering in coaching, how it is that Action Coach builds your business, and that this Action Club curriculum has been designed, you notice I went through each of the modules. So we have setting your vision, focus rich, generating cash flow is a leverage rich, streetwise marketing is a marketing rich, financial mastery is cash rich, sales made simple is about sales rich, and systemizing your business is systems rich, systems and the 6 steps. And then we'll also look at team building and leadership, 7 modules. But I want to say that we also throw in a bonus, which is for you to attend one of our growth clubs. So our Action Club program, this is the one we've been talking about, will start on January 18th. So when you go into this program, it will allow you access to the first 90-day planning session that we'll be having in March 23rd. Now, I want to say something. Learning without action is delusion. So we teach you, but you're going to have to apply it. And to apply it, you need a plan. So we help you with that plan in our Growth Club planning session. Now, on December 8th, we already did our planning with our clients for the first quarter of 2022. So if you come into this Action Club program, you'll be able to access the 90-day planning for the second quarter. So it is included in your program, and we plan every single quarter. So remember, Action Club will include the first module of Growth Club. So you're going to be planning for the second quarter of 2022. Now, what I also want to say is we want to look at some client testimonials. You know, I don't want to just talk about it. I want you to hear from somebody. And we're going to listen to Rita Hilton from Carita Jamaica Limited. And then we're going to listen to 2 other live testimonials. We're going to have 2 persons who are in our Vision Achievers program with Scotiabank. But remember, what we cover inside there is the same Action Club program. So they're going to talk about their live experience. But let's listen to Rita first, talk about her experience.
My name is Rita Hilton of Carita Jamaica Limited, and I am such a fan of Action Coach. We are a company that does export of fresh produce to major markets in the UK, Canada, and the USA. Now, we've been doing this business for 30 years, and there is so much that I have learned from going to Action Coach. It was like light bulbs popping up in my head, and my learning curve has been extended dramatically. I would recommend this course of action by any small business or even a larger business, whether you are starting or whether you have been in business for a long time, because you will learn all kinds of ways to expand your sales, grow your profits, and be a profitable business without working in your business. I am so grateful to Action Coach.
Now, I want to say that when you look at Rita Hilton there, she also, I met her during the Capital Quest program, which Coach Moses was a winner of as well in the following year. And she came into our program very excited because of what she was learning. Rita went on to be, in 2019, she became in our Business Excellence Forum, which is a North American awards program, Business Excellence Forum and Awards, and Rita beat out 700 other North American and Caribbean business owners to win the title of Best Import-Export Company. And you want to see that gray hair there. Rita just turned 80. She's very fine in telling you this. And I'm going to tell you, Rita never stopped learning. She continues to grow. She continues to watch videos. She continues to learn. You're either learning or you are dying. You're either growing or you're dying. So I also want to speak to two very important gentlemen. So Timothy Gunter from NetWave, he's going to talk now about his experience. So Timothy, please share with us. We thank you for coming on today and share with us your experience of being in ActionCLUB program.
All right, good morning everyone. When I started the program, as a matter of fact, the history of it is that one day my business banking manager sent me the application for the Scotia Vision Achievers. It was the very same day that it was due. I was on my way to church, so I came in this Saturday night and I sat down with my wife and we worked on it, put the whole proposal together, and I just put it aside because I forgot. I did the application and I forgot about it until one day I got an email from the bank to say I was shortlisted and I should attend an interview. At that time I was unable to attend because I had prior engagement, but they worked it out that I could do it virtually. And then again, after doing it, I just put it aside because I said, all right, I'm not sure that anything is going to come out of this until I got an email to say I was shortlisted to be a part of the 25. The journey since then has been one, I can tell you, has been transformational. Going into that program, I learned so much about business that you will not learn in school. I learned about time management. I learned about cash flow. I learned about systems, how to structure your system. And through that, what happened was that I did an application to CARICOM because I'm in the ICT business, to sell to other, because sometimes we have customers in Jamaica and they have branches elsewhere. And we need to see how best we can synergize the products and services. My application was denied the first time. And after going into the Action Coach program and learning how to do structures, learning how to put certain things in place, the second time around, the application was approved that now we are able to sell. We are now an ICT reseller, not only in Jamaica, but we can sell into all of the CARICOM countries. And working with Coach Woon Choy, I can say this to everyone. We are growing out now out of a pandemic period. The struggles are still there, but I can say this to everyone. If you want your business to succeed, you must apply what you are learning, right? And I learned that coming into the class. There are a lot of stuff that coach will give you to do, and it is called, I don't know if in the new program she's gonna call it that, but we call it home fun. If you go in, don't just write things on the paper for writing things' sake. Go and do the work. I was able to find out some things about my business that I never knew all along. I was able to find out some areas and some products by just going through the whole costing process, managing your inventory, looking at some of the things that you need to do. I was able to discover even by drilling down item by item to find out that there are some products in there that virtually we were losing money of them when we put everything together. And by just doing that, by going into the accounting system, by developing structures, by developing workflows, all of those things, by developing a structure for your business. And one of the things Coach started, yes, you're a small business. You may not have all of the areas that you need to fill in persons for yet. But one of the most important things to do, folks, is to ensure that you have an organizational chart. I built an organizational chart that right now, if you go on our website and you look on the about, you will see all of it there. We don't have all of those people for that, but we have the mindset, we know the roles, we know what each person is supposed to be doing. Coach taught me that when you're now employing persons, you have to have your scripts, you have to have certain documents in place, you need to have your job description in place before you have the interview done. Because guess what, as soon as that person is hired, they should have a job description in their hand. They should know exactly what needs to be done. And out of doing all of that work, God being so good to us, we ended up being one of the top 3 Scotia Vision Achiever winners, right, in this program. Starting from not thinking that I would go anywhere, but getting into the program and immersing myself. There were Sundays when my wife would say to me, you're not giving it a break, but I would sit in it, I would do the work, I would read the books, and until now, I still have my books there in my office. I look back at them from time to time. Every time I'm doing something new with the business, I'm trying to do something, I go back to my manual, because that is what is going to help me, to guide me, to develop and to make my business become successful. Get your business successful, you have to determine to spend some money, to invest in your business, to invest in your learning, to invest in guidance, so that you can. It's not all about just trying to get everything for free. And many persons, they will go onto a program, they will enjoy it, they'll get the free part of it, but they are not prepared to put the extra in to get more out of it. I can tell you, I have been trying my best to put the extra in, and I have never been disappointed with any program that Coach has put me in. As a matter of fact, it only helps me to get better. So I encourage everyone on this platform, get into the action coach business, get into coaching, get into persons helping you, and ultimately you will find that your business will transition from where it is to where you want it to be. And I close by saying this. You may be in a rough place right now with COVID. Many of us are. But guess what? God has taught us something in creating the world, because he was God. He is God. And he could have created everything in one day. But he took 6 days to do things step by step. So I'm saying, you may be in a bad place now. You may not see how you're going to come out of it. But get the coaching, get the business guidance that will help you to develop, and take those steps one day at a time. Create something, and when you have fixed something, let it work and let it stay, and then move to something else and continue developing it. And sooner or later, you'll find that your business will gradually begin to transform, and you will get to a place where you are happy with what you have done. Don't give up. Get coaching and become successful.
Thank you so much, Timothy. You notice at the bottom of your screen, you see investing in your future at the top, but you see that bottom piece where it says real people, real results. That's what you just heard. Rita Hilton, real people, real results. Timothy Gunter, real people, real results. And you heard the passion with which he spoke. I want to say to you folks, we, Coach Moses and myself, want to see all Jamaicans succeed. Coach Moses decided, I want to be a coach because I see where our businesses in Jamaica need this. So I really encourage you, be one of those who can give that testimonial, real people, real results. I just want to hear from one more person again. Howard, He's on the phone, just Howard Richards from ActionCLUB. Howard, if you could just share very briefly for me, just what was the impact on you, real people, real results? Howard there?
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Howard.
Good morning. Hi, Sir Gunter. Good morning, Coach Moses.
Morning, Howard.
Good going. I see that you're well trained in action, coach. At first, I hear what I say you have it. After listening to Sir Gunter, I said to myself, man, I should have gone first because I was so caught up in what he was saying. I even lose my train of thought, but I'm going to just spin off like how he did and just give an introduction or get introduced to the. I was also one of those that was chosen for this.
Howard, in the interest of time, I really want to hear about the story about how you joined, but I know we don't have much time. So just tell us about what was the impact of the program on you and on your business.
All right, thank you very much. Right, the impact of the program. First, it was an eye-opener because a lot of things about the business. I've been in the business from 2003, but there's a lot of things I didn't know about the business. I was basically freestyling, and I didn't know about budgeting. I didn't know about any accounting principle per se. And with regard to even team building, I know yes, a team has to have a leader, but I learned from Action Coach that the style of leadership makes a difference. Because, you know, most persons who are not trained, they basically have an autocratic style of leadership. And during Action Coach, I realized that that's a no-no. You understand? So I learned about the team building, all being responsible, all having the same goals, all being on the one page. And I learned to have feedback. I just had recently, I did an interview for the first. I did an 8-person interview at once, and I learned from Action Coach how to interview person. So I used some of the question that I had, and 8-person at once. So what I did, you know, when I learned to search, because Action Coach teaches to research and check out, and I went set up the setting as prescribed Action Coach with the water and everything, and people have their doctors and so on. First, I did something like that, official interview.
That's our group interview process that we cover based on team building.
First, right, group interview. So I have one of my members of staff assisting me and so on. I tell some of them staff, so come in and drop in a bit and see how the people react with you. And what I did for the first, I came in, I gave them questions from Action Coach to fill out in the meantime to answer and I gave them a copy of the company mission statement, company vision, and the rule of conduct. First time I did that, but I have everything well typed written with ActionCLUB logo on the top, the same logo here on the top. So it was well like a big corporation in him. But one thing about Action Coach, they teach a little company to act as a big corporation to care the size of it. So all of that was properly typed out, and I came in and I gave a little speech introducing them to the company. When it started out, when it became incorporated, how many branches, I give them a little information who I am, tell them my marital status, how many kids I have, and the age of them, how many boys and girls. I gave them all of that, and I make sure I repeat everything. I told them 3 times. So after I did that, now I went back outside and I called my assistant and said, you were going to give everybody a fresh paper, write their name on it, and ask them these 5 questions. Where the company started, when it got incorporated, how many branches we have, how many children I have. I'll give you 5 questions. I said to myself, when I look at the questions from Action Coach, I realized they were basically trying to feel out if the person interested in the business, I just want to make some money. And I said to myself, if I impart, I will know this person is interested in the business. I was interested to make a salary. So when I went back on the feedback, I got 4 persons. I wanted to use this to get 4 people off me, get the group smaller. And I realized some of them were starting jotting down. And so it was be freestyle. So when I checked the question, the 4 persons did well and they answered the question correctly. The other 4 persons didn't care. When I checked that with the question that I got from Action Coach, it correlated. I was amazed. The thing I did correlated with the question that Action Coach have in the team building book. The same person that fell down in the question from Action Coach is the same person that fell down in the same question. So I realized that the teaching for Action Coach, I don't have to go out and try to learn by my mistake anymore. I can just learn from somebody who have proved it. You understand? And I have a different approach to Africa. You know, as a farmer, you dig up the soil to get the fresher soil and tap the fresher soil. That's what Action Coach did to me. Because I learned about before, a lot of things that I had in mind and in the beginning of the business, I totally forgot. And when being Action Coach, basically it stimulates my mind to start thinking. I don't know if that's anybody, but I realized it stimulates my mind to start thinking like I just started the business, giving back the zeal and the drive. So I have billboards. Right now I'll give more billboards to be done, 4 billboards to be done. I have stickers. If this COVID time, Coach teaches us about to be pivot in our time to pivot. And now it's COVID time, we have masks. We use a special mask, we print them with the Office Speed logo on it. I will just give them to customers free. And that's a form of marketing. We give them hand sanitizers stamped with the Office Speed logo on it. So I've learned a lot from Action Coaching.
So Howard, we are against time now, but what you heard Howard describe there, thank you so much, Howard, was 2 very important things. The importance of marketing, branding, and getting yourself out there, and his use of our team session in terms of how to recruit. So we are against time. So what I want you to thank you so much, Howard. Thank you so much, Timothy. I want to now quickly go through the program that we're introducing you to. And this is the full cost. You're talking about the program. So let's look at the investment. Remember, we start on January 18th. And so your time investment is going to be 2.5. We include another half an hour for discussion and question and answers. So it's 7 sessions, and we have them every other week starting January 18th. And remember, you heard Timothy saying you get this thing called home fun, which is assignments that you're going to do, not to pass an exam, but to do it right there in your business. The program includes those 3 books, the Business Coach, Instant Cash Flow, and Instant Advertising. What is your investment? Now, I want to say the beautiful thing about this program is that you're allowed to have another team member. I encourage, if you're a business owner, have your right hand attend the sessions with you online, because you want to have somebody who's going to help you to implement. What is your investment? If you pay upfront in full at the start of the program, it's $128,250 plus GCT. You get a 5% discount if you pay it upfront before the program starts. However, if you choose you want to use the monthly option where you have 3 payments, it's $45,000 plus 15% GCT. And you're paying monthly at the start, before the start of each month. So you make sure that you do it in 3 installments, all right? So I also want to expose you to the fact that we're also a business development organization, a BDO under the Development Bank of Jamaica voucher technical assistance program. So they grant up to 70% of the service value, which means they will pay up to 70%, which means you only have to pay 30%. So with a DBJ voucher, you can pay $40,500 plus the GCT with the approved voucher, and that's it at the start of the program. And then the DBJ pays the remaining balance. Now you can apply for your voucher. You have to have been in business for at least a year, and you cannot be earning more than 70 million. If you're earning more than 70 million a year, you will not qualify for the voucher. So go to that site, www.dbjvoucher.com, if you want to apply for a voucher.
Thank you, Marcia. Thank you guys for sharing so much. I could tell you were sharing from the heart, and I'm sitting and listening. You know, I know some of you, and I know where your business is coming from, and it has been an incredible change since you have done ActionCLUB and the coaching program that you did. It has really transformed your business. I can see it. As I said, I know Timothy rather well. Now, we have gone through quite a bit of information today, 90 minutes or a little more than that. And you have really gotten more than a tip of the iceberg, but I'm pretty sure you would have seen here where coaching certainly has a lot of value for you. And even persons who are world renowned, famous people like Tiger Woods on the screen, he's saying here, no matter how tough you think you are, you can't do this on your own. And he's absolutely correct. You know, what a coach does, ladies and gentlemen, is that a coach sees the things that you can't see. When you're in the picture, you're in the frame, you really can't see it. You're in the business every day, but the coach on the outside, he sees your weaknesses, he sees your strengths, and that's what we do. So we are here to help you to strengthen those areas, to put the business right on the right track. And even in Jamaica, we're very familiar with people like Usain Bolt and Shelley and Fraser Price and those persons. They all have coaches, and you will agree that they are very talented people. So why not you? Why not you get your own coach so that you too can have the kind of results that these persons just give their testimonials? As your coach, here's what I say to you today. A year, right now, we are down to the end of 2021, and we have all arrived someplace. But the question is, did we arrive at the place that we really wanted to get to? Another year looms in a few weeks. 2022 will begin. By the end of 2022, you're going to arrive somewhere once again. The question is, where? Are you going to arrive at a place well designed where you really want to be? Or are you going to arrive at a place where you really don't want to be? It is really going to be dependent on the action that you take right now. So you see, you can arrive here, frustration, unhappy, or you can arrive over here where you're feeling fulfilled and happy and enjoying the journey as you go along. Brad Sugar said, you know you have made a good decision when it brings up fear or excitement. And some of you right now might be feeling excited and fearful at the same time. And that's normal. It is normal that you feel that way. But guys, I can tell you for a fact that what coaching will do for you, it will bring hope where you're feeling despair. It will convert fear into faith where you start to believe more into that dream and that vision that you had at the start. And sometimes we put them aside because of circumstances. It will really help you to start looking forward and be excited and enthusiastic about what's going to happen tomorrow, a year from today, a few years from today, when your business is at that level where you can take off whenever you want and be with your family. Coaching has a potential for all of this. And with us as your coach, then definitely, yes, all of these things are going to be possible for you.
All right. So one of the things that we're going to do now is that we're now at this end where you can decide, do you want to enroll in Action Club? Or we are also offering for you as well, if you want to discuss it some more, if you feel that maybe you may want a little bit more than group coaching, you want to have individual coaching, which is another option, then we encourage you to sign up for what we call our complimentary business diagnostic assessment with Coach Moses. So whichever one it is, you're going to email, and we're going to put the email in the chat. Kimberly, ensure it's in the chat. You're going to email Andreen McFarlane. So we're putting the email in the chat, Andreen McFarlane at actioncoach.com. And you're going to say whether you want to have a business diagnostic or yes, I am ready. How many people, I want you to put in the chat, how many persons, based on everything you've heard so far, are really interested in learning more about Action Club? Not just learning more, but signing up, because time is against you now. Just raise your hands in the chat or put yes so that we can know. But in addition to that, you have to take action. You have to take action first. You have to get into action. You have to make a decision. As Brad says, either excitement or fear is going to come up inside you because you know that, listen, you're about to decide that I want to make a change. So email Andreen McFarlane whether you want to get more information for the signing up process for Action Club or to have a complimentary section with Coach Moses. Now we want to ask if there are any questions, then please type in the chat so that we can address it. And if not, then thank you so much. So any questions at this point in time? Any questions in the chat? Okay, so we have Andrine's name. I see some people saying, I am ready. Awesome. I see Anissa, who had also been on the program with us. Hi, Anissa.
Hi, Coach.
Yes, so I see some people putting inside there how they can be contacted. We're going to have this information as well. But please email Andrine McFarlane, and we are noting those who are interested. And remember, folks, start the year off right.
Thank you so much, Coach Marcia. And I want to say a big thank you to every single person who came on today. We really were privileged to hand over this information to you to just enlighten you a little bit and to introduce you to ActionCLUB and to Action Coaching and what it can do for your business, how it can change your life. And so we are through with it for today. As Coach Marcia said, tell us where your interest lies. You want one-on-one coaching, or you want to do the group coaching in ActionCLUB, or you just want to get that document so we can do the diagnostic for you, and we'll take it from there. Guys, whatever you do, just remember that where you go from today is totally dependent on the choice you make and the action you take. So this is Coach Moses. Thanking you so much once again for being here, commending you for taking the time out to be with us today. And we will continue the discussion, and we look forward to coaching you in